Chapter 3, The Demon Drink. Aha! Good day to all and everyone out there, my name is Quazzar, and welcome back to Bottle Pilgrim. Now, last time we learned that, I believe that his wife died. He had problem with raising his child because it was difficult. What is this? Aha, I can take it. But, I don't remember much, really.
There was one resounding consequence to the breakup with the other teacher. Shortly afterwards, my drinking started to spiral out of control.
Ah, right. So he got into a relationship with one of the other teachers, but his child didn't like it. So, that's also a thing.
Perhaps it shouldn't have come as a surprise. My father had been something of a drinker when I was young, though he did manage to reduce his intake by the time I left home, thanks to the numerous threats of divorce from my mother. The irony wasn't lost on me. My father partially conquered his alcoholism to keep a woman in his life, while losing 2 women in my own only drew me closer to the demon drink.
Aha, irony. Right, okay, I get it. So the fence is like the border. Okay, well done. Instead of having the cliffs all the time. But now it makes me want to see those buildings even more. Oh no. Alright, anyways.
I never hit Emily. Not before the drink and not after. It just didn't affect me that way. Alcohol didn't make me violent, it made me negligent.
Ooh. I think neglecting your child would be equally as bad as hitting them, actually. Because both can drive your child to be a bit mischievous. There's more animals! I didn't know that. It's a deer, I think. Is it a deer? You're closer. The animation needs a bit of work, but still. It needs like a wind-up instead of just happening out of nowhere, like that. Yeah, well. Yeah, see, they just start and jump into a certain direction. Well.
Which isn't to say that I wasn't known for my occasional bouts of verbal aggression. That much I can't deny, and I probably raised my voice to Emily more often than I should have. I certainly recall at least one occasion when I reduced her to tears, and there were probably other occasions that I simply can't remember. But I never hurt her physically. That much I'm certain of.
Good.
That just wasn't who I was or who I am today. I might be a weak man, but I'm not a total coward.
No. If it was up to me, I'd remain, like, neutral. So if someone hits me, I'll hit them back. But if it's the child, you shouldn't really drink, honestly. At least when you're a single parent, you should never drink because, well, you could do something against your... not only children, but your whole family, honestly.
At first, my work wasn't affected, at least not noticeably. As the months progressed, however, I found myself substituting the water in my plastic bottle for vodka. Only sometimes, on especially hard days, and only a partially full bottle. No one ever knew, of course, though my work performance was questioned on 1 or 2 occasions. That said, my job was never in threat, at least for the first year or so. Then came the day of a certain small incident, and, well...
Right, okay. When you get so endowed into drinking that you actually have to hide it from others, you know you've gone too far. Like, honestly, if you need to hide your drink from someone, you're drinking too much. Just let me tell you that.
I wasn't violent towards the boy. Again, that just wasn't my style, sober or otherwise. but I definitely raised my voice at him and demanded that he leave my classroom and never darken my doorstep again. I might have even sworn at him. The official report certainly claims that I did.
Oof. Oof. No. No, 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 no. You scumbag. Oh, no. Don't. I forgot he was a teacher. So never drink at your work if you're a teacher. If it has anything to do with kids or even teens, don't drink at your work. What the fuck? Well, maybe light beers, but only when you're on break. God, son of a fuck. Who? What is this? Oh. Hello. What are you? You are an axe. I want to take you. No. Here's Johnny. Got an achievement. Whether you see that or not is out of my control, but got an achievement called Here's Johnny. A nod to what was the name? The Shining. God, fuck. Forgot the name of it. Well, I forget the name of many things. Alright, let's just go this way. Might need to go that way. I'm gonna see over here first. Hello? Is anything over here? Do I go over here? No, but I'm gonna jump down because it spawns me closer to the other end. Alright, so I'm guessing we need to go this way. Between the trees. Yeah. Yes, we need to go this way because there's no cliff in sight if I look there. I couldn't take the axe. Really? I'm disappointed.
What can I say? His disruptive behavior was difficult enough to tolerate, even when I was in a fitter state to endure such nonsense. But things were starting to deteriorate in my life generally, to the point where Emily's grandparents were starting to intervene a little, and I guess I took my frustrations out on him rather than her.
Oof. Right. Understood. Bottling up your anger and then suddenly you lash it out at someone completely different. I cannot say that I've had that type of experience myself, but I've seen other people do it, and well, it's just sad, honestly. Don't bottle up your anger. Like, take it out on, like, go to boxing and just punch someone. Well, it's hard to understand yourself in a way with just, I don't know, like you don't know what to do in those situations before, like, you've actually been through those types of situations, but even so you might not even realize what you can do.
There's no denying that boy deserved my wrath more than my daughter. I was put on suspension. True. Since I hardly had a history of these things. I'd been a good worker up to that point, I honestly had. Go sort yourself out, they said. I had every intention of doing just that.
Battery, right, but where do I get, I don't see a place to go. It's normally very close, but, this one seems different. What's that? Aha! Found it! It's close by. It's just up the hill. Okay. Found the batteries. Great. That actually took me a while. Let's just...
Darling, you can't keep blaming yourself for what happened. Not to me, and no.
Aha. And where are you gonna appear now? Behind that tree. Cannot move. I can still jump. Okay, I didn't know that. Can I move? I can move. Hey, hey. Oh yeah, it's gonna fade to white, and then I get one of the extras, or Am I not gonna get one? I thought it happened after every barrier. What the fuck? What? I was wrong. Holy shit. Ooh. A little town. I say town, but could be just one, two houses, 3 houses, 4 houses. How many houses does it take to make a town? Actually. No! You won't allow me to! Oh, you son of a bitch! All I can do is go into that building. And then probably taking a boat ride. With a bird on top of... Are those alligators? Oh my god, there are so many more animals. What is this? Ooh, hello. Hello, book. Hello, birdie. How you doing? Those are alligators. They aren't doing much. Can I get into the boat? No. Am I not? Oh, I'm supposed to take the oar. And okay, I'm not controlling the boat. Great. That means I don't have to steer. This is actually nice. It's calming.
The path to recovery is never an easy one, and I wasn't convinced that cold turkey was my answer. It just sounded too convenient to me and seemed a surefire way to fall straight back off the wagon. I suspected that slowly weaning myself off the drink would reap more permanent rewards, and immediately set about reducing my intake. A fortnight later, it was still a daily habit, but at least that habit had shifted mostly to nights.
Right. There's just trouble onto trouble with everything. Well, that's just life, honestly.
After talking Emily's grandparents around, convincing them this was the first step on my road to recovery, I soon organised a trip to one of our favourite beaches. A retreat we'd been to a couple of times before. It would be a week's trip during her school holidays, away from the stresses of both our lives. Emily was happy, especially after I explained to her that this was Daddy's chance to get better. At the very least, that was the plan.
Right. That was the plan. Oh, did something go wrong? So, a cave. And now it whites out. Okay. Fucking brilliant. Interlude, that's what it is. Interlude 3, Brave Little Soul. Soul. Right. Ooh, snowy. Okay. Ooh. Oh? Am I supposed to be collecting something? Because when I press control, I get like 0 out of 12 in the top corner. Oh. So
I always tried to make holidays a thing in our little family unit, for the short time such a unit existed. I was more of a summery person, while my wife adored the snow. Perhaps it was her Russian roots. Our daughter was happy almost anywhere and everywhere, but there's no denying she felt the cold more than any of us.
Oh.
Daddy, Kiri's shivering. He needs more fire. We all knew, of course, that she was referring to herself and not the rabbit, but if that was her way of appearing courageous, we were willing to go along with it. I rugged up and left the two ladies in the log cabin in search of wood to feed the fireplace.
Oh, that sounds lovely, actually. Do I get like an indication when I'm close to one of these? Like what I did with the first one? So I'm guessing I need to find firewood, and the log cabin that I just started at is the log cabin he's talking about. This is gonna be hard. So because I am terrible at scavenger hunts. Oof. Oh, there's one close by. Oh. So I get an indication when I'm close to one. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Aha. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut this down because this is gonna take a while. Finding 12 fucking sticks. Well, actually, that makes me sort of intrigued over the fact that it's well made in sorts, but a lot of the textures are going through the ground, which this isn't a Bethesda game, so I'm kind of disappointed in that. But I mean, it still might have been like like this game might have just been like a test to see if they can do this type of game, or do these kinds of areas. So I'm not gonna say much about the environment, but something like this, that is a bit annoying to see, but it's still fine. Like, it's endurable. I don't like scavenger hunts. God fucking damn it. It's one of my least favorite things to do in games. If the visuals are great, then I don't mind. So at the moment it's fine.
6 years. That's all the time we had together. All three of us. All the time that Emily had to get to know her mother. "Daddy, when will Mummy be coming home?" she asked, the day after Cassandra died. I opened my mouth to answer, but all that came from my throat was an impotent choking sound. Tears were quick to follow. Emily, brave little soul that she was, did her best to console me.
Oh my god, fucking heart of gold, that child. But look, how's your buddy? Oh my god, look at it. There's another one. Oh my fucking god. Aha, there's another one. It takes a while to find these. I have like 4 out of 12. It seems like not all of them have dialogue, which I didn't realize. Right, there we go. Maybe the rest of them don't have dialogue then, I'm guessing. I just keep hugging the wall and just seeing. Well, I didn't previously, so I am starting in a little bit of a different location than what you would normally do. But I'm just following the wall because it seems like the area is circular, or like at least close to a circular manner. Well, I seem to have gotten myself into a pickle. I think I'm outside of the map. I don't think this is supposed to be possible. But still, it looks detailed though. Somewhat. The rest of the area looks flat. How do I get back then? Yeah, this is definitely outside. Maybe if I go far ahead, it might just drop me through the world. So there was a cleave in the well, that area. It's close. It's behind the house, I believe. Oh, is this a way for me to get back? Please tell me you can actually bring me back. Like if I walk up here, because otherwise I cannot finish the game without restarting this area. Okay, I seem to be able to get back. They kind of thought of shit. Yeah, okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know if they know about it, so I'm gonna show where it is. It's behind the house up here. It looked like it was a secret or something, so they might know about this, but still, like, if the creators ever see this video, it's right here. This is the area that I fell through. Anyways.
In the end, it was a children's book that helped Emily to fully comprehend what had happened to her mother. So the mummy deer got sick and there was nothing the other deers could do to help her. That's right, sweetie. We all have to pass on sooner or later. Your mother's time just came sooner than we expected. It was in that moment that I understood why families bought pets with short life expectancies, like goldfish and guinea pigs. Emily had little concept of death up until that point.
Right. The concept of death, teaching that to your child must be one, and I repeat, one of the most difficult things to tell them. There are plenty of things that are difficult, but especially when the death doesn't come for a pet, but more of the parent. That must be like one of the hardest things to tell your child. Alright, last branch. I think it is, yeah, 11 out of 12.
Ah, that should be enough wood for now. Time to head back to the cabin. I'm sure those two must be freezing by now. Could happily bear to get a bit warmer myself. Beaches are certainly more my speed, I'd say.
Well, I'm not really that much of a fan of the beach, but I mean, depends. Do you want cold or do you want heat? I thought I needed to go back to the cabin, but apparently I didn't. Chapter 4, Penance. Ooh. Ooh. What is this? I'm in a cave. Oh, hello.
Things went swimmingly for the first few days of the beachside trip. No bad puns intended. And Emily was enjoying every minute of it. Sometimes I worried that I may have created a slight loner of a kid, given how happy she was to play by herself, how proficient she was at finding her own entertainment.
I'd say you should do like a 50-50. Like sometimes give them... sometimes leave them by themselves and just sometimes get them for people, because then they can at least learn to be independent but also work within like groups, which is... well, it's a difficult thing to manage when it comes to your child, but it can also depend on what they actually feel, because children can still be like introverted or extroverted.
This isn't to say that there weren't other children at the retreat with whom she was willing to briefly associate, but she didn't seem overly fussed if their parents had to take them home that same evening. She was happy either way. I guess I shouldn't have been surprised, given that she was an only child, and that she was no stranger to the idea that people might temporarily inhabit her life, only to depart shortly afterward. Perhaps I'd raised her a little too well in that department.
I mean, everything is hard. Like, you can't balance everything. You just need to do what you believe you can do. You can't make everything good. That's impossible. Nothing can be perfect. Like I said in the... I think the last episode is... Everyone's perfect is very different from...
In the meantime, I was
others.
having my own version of a good time. Freed from the shackles of a more polite existence, I found little reason not to drink the days away, and the nights even more so. I know that wasn't the plan, but anyway. I met some new friends, and even made the acquaintance of a very lovely, very single woman 5 years my junior. A woman so charming that even Emily seemed to take a slight shine to her. Things were definitely looking up. Then came the day of the tragedy.
Then came the day of the tragedy. Oh. Ooh, what's that? Over there, where my crosshair is. Did it light up at... what? Oh my god. Oh, it was just coincidence. But fucking hell, it lit up as soon as I put my crosshair on it. But I think it's like a lighthouse. Fucking Christ. I thought I did something, but... oh, good gracious. Hey yo, birdies. How you doing? They are not sitting well on the water. Yeah. The water isn't fantastically
In the
well
early
made.
evening, 2 days after meeting the woman, I was enjoying her company and that of some fellow adults, while my daughter enjoyed the water mere meters away from us. I say mere meters, but she must have started to drift further out without my noticing. A fact hardly surprising, given that my advanced state of inebriation limited my focus to one subject at a time, at best. And given that the woman was the greater novelty of the moment, she was the one stealing the bulk of my attention at the time. This attention was quickly divided, however, when I heard my daughter scream.
No, do not tell me she drowned or something. Oh no. He said the day of the tragedy, so no. I mean, it's a well-made story. Like, it feels like something that would happen to a single father with a daughter. But oh my god, do not tell me she drowned. Because drowning is one of the most horrible ways to die.
It's strange the sudden clarity one can experience, the moment one realizes that something they love is in danger. I leapt to my feet and caused all manner of calamity as I scrambled to free myself from the tiny maze of tables and chairs that surrounded us. Somewhere behind me, another man from our entourage was rushing to join me, but I was quicker to reach the waterside and wade frantically in, shouting my daughter's name.
Yeah, that actually means you care for her. If you get like an adrenaline rush whenever they're in danger, you fucking care for them, man.
I couldn't actually see her at first, then glimpses only of her hands and arms as they flailed above the water. All thoughts of my own current capacity to swim were tossed aside, and I launched myself into the ocean, fingers first. I'm not even sure if I was swimming in the correct direction the whole time, but my body knew it had to press on, irrespective. Something inside my burning brain told me that as long as I pushed myself forward, I could aid my daughter. By the mere fact of willing myself to be her savior, that was what I would somehow become.
Bravo. Just fucking bravo.
Her body was never found. Mine somehow made its way back to the beach before collapsing, face down, so I'm told, into unconsciousness.
No! Christ. That must feel devastating, actually. Just seeing them, like, you know you could have reached them if you pushed just a little harder, but if anyone's ever dealing with that, I'm sorry that you have to go through that. Must be fucking hard.
I cannot say with any confidence whether I could have saved Emily, sober or not, but I blame the drink nonetheless, and most of all I blame myself. Who am I kidding? A bottle can't be blamed for its actions any more than a rifle can be. It was my weakness, my fault, and my fault alone, that I became a man so wretched that he failed to notice his own daughter struggling with the evening tide. My last-minute delusions of heroism count for nothing. I simply was not there for my only child when she needed me the most.
Yeah, the comparison between a bottle and a rifle, it's actually pretty true. Weapons or alcohol do not kill people. People kill people. And if there's any reason for you to say that a gun is the thing that kills someone, you're deathly wrong. If you just let a gun rest, it doesn't do anything. The person who picks up the gun is the one who kills, because they're the one who used them. It's the same with a bottle. If you think you're going to be drinking, well, it's your fault, and your fault alone, that something bad happens. There's no denying it. It's just how it is. You're responsible for your own actions.
Can I tell myself I was a good father? No, but I did try, more than my own father ever did. That said, the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree, and I can't deny the blood that runs through my veins. But I've punished myself plenty, and I've improved my ways. I don't drink anymore, and every year I make this pilgrimage to prove this fact to my daughter.
So he blames himself for losing his daughter in the fact that he couldn't push himself further it's a well-made story, honestly. It feels real.
I've another dozen unopened bottles where that came from, so my penance is far from over. I'm slowly learning to forgive myself, and I can only ask you, Emily, to forgive me also. You were the most vivid reminder I had left of your mother, and now that you're both gone, well, let's just say that I keep to myself these days. It's better that way. All that I can do is be the best teacher that I can and give other people's children the best opportunities that life has to offer them. I'm so sorry I couldn't do that for you. Farewell, my little mermaid. Sleep peacefully. Daddy loves you. Always.
Bravo, bravo. Well made story. Used assets, yeah. Special thanks to our families, yeah. Achievement unlocked, sleep peacefully. It's well made. Like, so some of the textures need a bit of a tweaking, but it's nothing. Like, you don't have to. The story's fantastic, honestly. It's enjoyable. It feels real. Like, it feels like it's based on a true story, in a sense. If I would give that a score, the story, it would be like a 9.7. It's not a perfect story, but it still feels real. Something like a father or even a mother, just a parent in general, losing their child. Fucking hell, I forgot the name of them. Damn it, I'm failing. That's one of the most devastating things you could hear about someone, but you can't really do much, and you can't really get over it either, but you just have to try to live with it. But anyways, the concept is just, well, a pilgrimage, bottle pilgrim, basically. It's in the last chapter, in the last moment, he says that he makes this pilgrimage to prove to his daughter that he's trying to redeem himself, and that's just a well put thing. I'll give that an 8.5. It's different from the other bottle, the previous bottle, because it feels more spread out. It feels more like a world. But it still feels like the same type of world that they're doing, just with like different settings. The textures are upscale though, and well done with that. The atmosphere, it feels fantastic. It's a 9. It's a 9. The music, sometimes it stops, like in the previous one, but it can still be fine because the dialogue picks up normally picks up where the music ends, and that's fine. But the controls, or the fun is a bit iffy. It feels off for some reason. Well, mostly because the speed is so low. But other than that, it just, like, it's responsive. I have had a bit of lag here and there, but I mean, I have all of my settings at high, so graphics ultra unlimited. Well, I put it on 60, but it wouldn't do that. Anyways, yeah, I'll give that I'll actually give that a 6.5 because when it comes to a walking simulator, it's fine to have a slow walk, but then that means the world that you're walking through should be short. When it's a big one like this, I think it's probably because of the narration that they think it has to be slow, so you don't go into the next area before it stops talking, and that's understandable. But still, walking simulators should still have a reasonable speed, because in real life you would probably walk that slow, sure, but there you have more of a natural feeling of your environment, while in a game you don't really. All you have is the visuals and sound, if the sound is done right. So please, if you ever think about making a walking simulator like this, please don't make it so slow that it feels like crawling, or it feels like even just feels like I forgot the name of it, but so it doesn't feel so slow, but still, it's fine. It's a 6.5. But anyways, this has been Quazzar signing out, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Oh no, the music stopped again.